Right, buddy, the daily news, the transfer update. Let's get into it. We'll be talking about Victor Gyokeres saying no to Manchester United. The latest on that. We've got some contradicting reports again around the Gyokeres stuff. We've got some news, and then EMI Martinez looks like he will be joining Manchester United after some intriguing reports coming in from South America. Ekitike as well, development. But we're going to start off by talking about the Gyokeres situation. Now, it came in from Portugal suggesting that Victor Gyokeres has said no to Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. The footballer's agents and managers officially told Manchester United that it was no longer an option for the forward. Now, obviously, we had other reports as well about Victor Gyokeres' agent saying that they have evidence in writing that Sporting promised him that he can leave the club for 60 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons. Now, contradictory to that, Romano has said Manchester United keep calling for Victor Gyokeres, so they are really in there. But don't forget Arsenal, because they remain in active contact. So it's looking like Arsenal are the two clubs interested in signing Gyokeres at the moment. Obviously, we know the development is that United still want Gyokeres despite him potentially saying no. I don't think that is really true if Fabrizio is still reporting that Manchester United is still interested. I think this saga is going to go on for a long time. And with United, obviously, we've got Cunha over the line. We don't know what's going on with the Bremer situation. We are now just focusing on Gyokeres, it looks like, at the moment. As I said, he does seem like he will be the ideal striker for United. And should be the striker we should sign. I think for me, he's the perfect striker. And the striker Manchester United should go for. He no doubt has the quality, has the ability, and will fit into this United team. In terms of interesting news as well on Rasmus Højlund, there's still faith that Rasmus Højlund will turn into the prolific frontline striker Manchester United hoping they were getting when he arrived from Atalanta. Obviously, we've seen that Rasmus Højlund wants to stay at Manchester United and prove his point. For me, I was cashing on Højlund, see how much you can get for him. But obviously, he wants to stay and prove himself. And we've seen that with Xerxes as well. He's a player who wanted to stay at United to prove himself. But going back to the Gyokeres situation, United remain in active contacts. Obviously, Arsenal interested as well in the striker, so it does look like this deal will go on for a very, very long time. Let's see what does develop on the Gyokeres situation. I think it will take a long time. Obviously, they're having issues with Sporting at the moment, his agents, about whether he can, what the price he can actually go for. But I think once the price has been established, clubs will take the ambition and go for him. I hope United can get him, but we'll have to wait and see what happens and what develops with that. Listen, Andre Onana. So I'll talk about the goalkeeping situation now, and I'll talk about Hugo Ekitike. So Manchester United have made contact with Emiliano Martinez. Onana will leave and they're going after him. Obviously, we've seen that clip from Onana. He said that he don't know if he's going to leave. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of also an EMI Martinez situation, EMI Martinez already knows Manchester United want him in goal next season. They have made contact. Onana will leave and they're going after him. Now listen, this is coming in from ESPN Argentina, from a journalist called Leo Paradiso. So listen, we know that EMI Martinez could be leaving. He could be leaving Aston Villa. So we know he could be leaving Aston Villa. And Manchester United have obviously been interested. We know we want to get him. United obviously going to go after him. I think it's very difficult to get a keeper, especially at this moment. We'll have to see if there's any suitors in for signing Onana first before we can look at a keeper. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that situation. Obviously, we know Martinez is probably the most likely keeper at the moment. There's been lots of reports about him. United will be going all in for Martinez. And listen, if we look at hypothetically a transfer window, you bring in Cunha, you bring in Mbeumo, you bring in Gyokeres, you bring in Martinez, then you get rid of Rashford, Sancho, Antony, Garnacho, obviously Eriksen's gone, Lindelof's gone, Johnny Evans is gone, and you bring those sorts of players. I still don't think it's enough, but I still think we need probably a centre-back for cover, maybe a midfielder as well. But it does look like an alright window. A striker covered, you've got two number 10s, a keeper as well, which is the position we've strengthened. But I still do think we need a defender and a midfielder, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's what I mean. EMI Martinez, United are well interested in him. We've seen it. The price tag will be in the region of 30 to 50 million pounds. He does have a year left on his deal, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. The last thing I want to talk about is the Hugo Ekitike situation. It's coming in from Santi Uno on Twitter, suggesting that discussions between Manchester United and Hugo Ekitike's agent are more concrete in the last 2 days and considered positive. United have already talked with Frankfurt and know all the conditions for a potential transfer. United have followed the player since his beginning time in Reims. Discussions between United considered a positive, and we know all the conditions for a potential transfer. Now listen, there's no doubt he's a young player, relatively inexperienced, though at only 23. Can score goals. Obviously, United have been following him and obviously do take interest in him. I think for United right now, we shouldn't be signing young strikers. We need someone who's proven and prolific who can score goals. I'm not saying that Ekitike is similar to Højlund, but we already have that profile at the club, a young up-and-coming striker. We need Osman, a Gyokeres who can guarantee come in, score goals, and also the price tag for Sesko, not for Sesko, Sesko's obviously probably going to Arsenal. The price tag for Ekitike would be in the region between 80 million euros to 100 million euros, which is honestly ridiculous. So that's why I'd be far away from that deal. But let's see what does happen on that situation. I think United will be in to sign. Ekitike, but listen, we know we want a striker. I think United are just looking at our options at the moment and just trying to see what will happen. But listen, I'm going to leave the transfer news there. That's been the latest updates. Obviously, on the striker situation, Gyokeres, United are still in contact with him. We're still trying to see if we can get a deal done. I just don't think it will. We still don't know if it will happen, but yeah, let's see what happens with that situation. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.